Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to this quite sunny day we've got at the moment. Although seeing that, I think we are expecting storms later on. I think Mark has already had some storms this morning down his way.
Yeah,
I think
quite impressive.
Yeah, they are headed up our way. I did get a telephone flood warning this morning, so it looks like the rain's going to be fairly heavy. That's by the by. That's by the by. What am I doing today? Right. What I'm doing today, I'm going to turn another box out of this piece of Purple Heart. You might not think it's Purple Heart, but once you see the photographs come up on social media, you'll see that it is. It's going to have another Buryu inlaid lid. And it's also, if I get the time, it'll be something a wee bit different. I'll just put Mark into the background there. It's going to be something a little bit different. I was just chatting to Mark about this, and people go out and they buy, the potpourri lids, the pewter, and out of other material potpourri lids. And this is something a bit different. It means you don't have to go out and buy the potpourri lids. All you've got to do is make yourself a little jig, which I'll show you later on, and a couple of drills. And the whole box is going to be a potpourri box. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I will just change camera. I'll go onto the overhead. There we go. Stick my mouse out of the way. I'll get this mounted up and we'll get some turning done.
I'll start reading out who's in the chat for you, Wayne.
That's grand, thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. First in was Robert Robertson. And then you've got Sid's Repurposing, which is Sid Franklin. Colin Roberts. Jay Wooden Things AU.
Hi, guys.
And then you've got, going down the list, who else have we got? Circular Wood by Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Dr. Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Pete Twisted Trees.
Pete.
Mr. Stacey Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Cox.
Chris.
Robert Dolman.
Bob.
Ian Leonard. Getting Splinters with John. Nick the Flaming Turner.
Hey, Nick.
I think that's it. I'm down the bottom.
It's grand.
Hello, everybody.
Let's quickly get this down to the round.
Paul Smith is a new member to the channel.
Who's
Welcome
that?
along. Paul Smith.
I think Paul's been in. I think he was in last week.
All right.
He's Paul's down in Kent.
Vicky has just joined. Hello, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
Welcome along.
Right, for Paul, what I'm doing, Paul, I've got a piece of Purple Heart on here. I'm just getting it down into the round. It's going to be a box, but I'm going to be drilling holes into it to make it a potpourri box. I'll try and explain things a bit more than I usually do, Paul. Usually I just get on with things.
I do apologise. I missed Andy Heath. Hello, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Robert Dobbs in. And Wayne, Robert Dobb has a question for you.
Yep.
Has Wayne any tips on turning Purple Heart with regards to maintaining the purple colour? For example, do you heat the wood to bring out the colour before finishing?
No, I'll finish it and then I put it in sunlight. Like the bowl I turned last week, on Wednesday night, I think it was last week. In the chat, the guys who were earworming and myself couldn't make our minds up what type of wood it was. We thought it was sapele, we thought it was mahogany. I initially thought it was walnut, but that went out of the window fairly quick. And it wasn't until the following day, when it had been left overnight, and then I put it in sunlight during the day before I took the photographs, and it really turned a very deep purple.
Ellie, Two Meadow Designs is in. Hello, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
BB Turning's in.
Hi, baby. I just got a little bit more there to get rid of. Yeah, that'll do. Now I'll just get the ends straightened off. I'm going to put a tenon on both ends. And that'll help get the to get the lid finished. Now, when I'm doing tenons, because of the type of chuck that I use, or sorry, jaws on the chuck that I use, I always do parallel tenons when I'm using this particular set of jaws. Because the jaws are parallel and they've actually got a lip on them.
Right.
Move that back out of the way. I'll show you what I mean when I pick the chuck up. Right. Now you see on here, it's actually got a lip on there. These types of jaws were produced to hold the worm screw. And this is the worm screw that fits into that chuck. So you can actually see that's got a lip and that fits inside the groove inside the chuck. So
Yep.
that's what those jaws were made for. So with me putting the small groove into the tenon there, that actually gives the lip something to clamp onto, and it makes a really positive, tight fit.
Wivy Woodshed's joined. Hello, Wivy.
Hi, Wivy. I'll just bring up the tailstock just to make sure that's centralized. Get this tightened down using all three tightening points.
I saw somebody else explain those tightening points, and I thought the way they explained it was brilliant. If the manufacturer puts more than one tightening point on your chuck, then it's for a reason, so use them. If there's only one tightening point, you can only use one tightening point. If there's 3 or 4, use all 3 or 4.
Yeah, because it gives an even pressure.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. That made good sense.
Now, what I'm doing now, I'm just straightening off Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm just straightening off that because what I'm going to do is glue on with hot melt glue this piece of BU. Switch that off now. I'll just bring up the tailstock just to hold that. While I get this rounded off.
Yeah, Wayne.
Yep.
You've nudged the camera with your head, mate. You're a bit off center. That's better.
Grand. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick, for spotting that. You can definitely hear how hard that piece of wood is.
Oh, definitely. There's got one bit of flat there that I need to get rid of. Still a bit there.
Rob CP's joined the chat. Hello, Rob.
Hi, Rob. There we are. That's done that.
Just shows how good that hot glue is, doesn't it?
It does. I'll just take off the excess off the bottom of here because that's going to be going into the chuck at some point. There we are.
Chisky Wood Creations has just joined.
Oh yeah. Right, I'll just get the top of this parted off. Now, whenever you're using a thin parting tool, like I am here, you always as well making the opening wider so that the parting tool doesn't actually catch or get stuck.
Rob, Wayne's turning a piece of purple heart. He's going to make a potpourri box from the purple heart, and he's going to have a Burr U insert in the top.
Right, so I'll get the outside of the box shaped up.
Wayne, your camera is quite badly blurring out. Do you want to change to the tailstock view? Just see if that fixes it.
I'll go into the side view. Any better?
Oh,
No.
bit. Not.
No, I mean, it'll be my internet, because
Yeah.
my internet, I think as everybody knows, is ultra slow. You know how you get super fast broadband? Well, I get super slow broadband.
Pete from Twisted Trees has just given you a super chat.
Oh, cheers, Pete.
In expectation it will be excellent, he says. Jappy's in.
Hi, Jappy.
Pete's having to go. Paul Smith says thank you for explaining everything as you work.
No problem, Paul. At the moment, I'm just getting the shape. It's the way it's looking at the moment. It's going to end up apple shaped. I'm just going to move my tailstock back out of the way.
You mean the elbow stabby device?
Yeah, the elbow stabby device. Get that moved out the way.
No, Jappy, Wayne is making a potpourri box. He's going to be using a jig system later on to show us how he's going to pierce the box with the drill. Oh.
Yeah, that was a bit harsh, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. Yeah, my earphones just fell off. But I will just say on Wayne's behalf, there's not a lot he can do about the broadband, I'm afraid, everyone.
No.
It is going a bit slow today. Just bear with it.
What I'm doing now, I'm just hollowing out. I started off using my spindle gouge to hollow out and drill, and now I've just moved on to a round nose carbide cutter just to carry on the hollowing out. I could have easily used a forcing a bit. But sometimes when you get a piece of wood like this, it's very, very hard. The forcing a bit can heat up and not make a very good cut. So sometimes you're as well just to use your tools to actually drill with. When you're doing this, make sure you've got your tool rest at such a height that when you're actually putting your tool in, it's horizontal, with the cutter head being right on the center line. That way you get a decent drilling action, and all you're doing then, once you get the drilling action, is moving the tool to start clearing out excess. And then you just keep on cleaning out the inside. I'm just going to check the depth on that now. A little bit further. How many we got in, Mark?
34, Wayne.
Right, 34, right. As I'm doing this, I'll stop for a couple of minutes. I'll bring me stool up again. Right, quick announcement. 22nd of August, Saturday 22nd of August, there's a big craft event happening on YouTube. It's been organised by Jamie Page, and Carl Jacobson. And what it's going to be about 16 hours of live events. It's starting at 10 a.m. UK time, which I think is going to be about 6 a.m. Eastern. I'm not very sure what time it'll be over in Australia, but it's starting at 10 a.m. UK time. It's running all the way through to 2 a.m. on the Sunday morning. I think there's about 16 makers involved. It's not just wood turning. There are other crafts being involved as well. I know Andy from AH Bespoke, he's going to be on doing some carving. Dale from Maple Tree Studios, he's going to be on doing some scroll work. And I think Heidi from, oh God, I'm forgetting Heidi's name now. Oh, but she's going to be doing some pottery. I'm on at 12 o'clock, midday UK time. I don't think the lineup's been finalised. Jamie's just hoping to finalise it today. Martin Saban Smith's going to be on live. We're hoping that Mike Walt's going to be in. Carl's obviously going to be on. Jamie's going to be on. And there's loads of other people going to be on as well. Jamie and Dale are at the moment finalising the webpage. And when the schedule comes out and everything, I think everybody's going to share it out. So it'll go up on my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and I'll obviously be mentioning it on my lives on YouTube as well. So it's going to be pretty big, and this is not going to be a one-off. I think Jamie's hoping to run it once a month. Obviously not with the same people in. It's going to be different people each month because Jamie knows loads and loads of people in the maker community. So does Carl as well, obviously. So there's going to be lots and lots of stuff going on. So mark it in your diary. 22nd of August, starting at 10 a.m. UK time. I know that's going to be early for the guys in the States, and I know it's going to be a bit later for guys in Australia. Oh, Costas is going to be on as well. Costas Anarchist. He's going to be on as well. He's another one that's lined up to be on. So it should be pretty good. So I've already got it on the calendar. And apart from when I'm on, I think I'm going to be spending the rest of the day watching YouTube.
Yeah.
So back to what we were doing.
Debbie Beardsall's in. Mike
Hi,
Lang
Debbie.
is in. And
Hi,
Glenn
Mike.
Senior's just joined.
Hi, Glenn.
Barry Oak's in as well.
Hi, Barry.
Change your camera back, Glenn.
Sorry?
Change your camera back.
Oh,
still on you.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll change my camera back. You can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, change your camera back. Good turn, Daily. Blair's just turned up. Hello, Blair.
Hi, Blair.
Glyn says, looks very brown for Purple Heart. Lol.
Yeah, it will do until tomorrow, Glenn.
What kind of wall thickness are you aiming for, Wayne?
Oh, I don't know, fairly thin, but obviously not too thin. Because whenever you're drilling something that's too thin, there is a tendency for it to crack.
Yeah, you don't want the inside diameter to be greater than the outside diameter, do you?
No, I've found that doesn't work very well.
Glyn says it's only because you don't get UV in Scotland.
What are you getting there? Oh, well, I'll just get underneath the shoulder cleaned. Like that. Right, for the purposes of the demonstration, I think that'll do for that.
Tommy Dunn's just joined.
Hi, Colin. Tommy,
Tommy.
Sorry, Tommy. I'm changing your name. Right, so I have got the Axminster Evolution chuck. And what I'm doing now, I've made up a small jig, because on the back of my Axminster Evolution chuck, I must have it the wrong way around. That's it. I did have it the wrong way around. On the back of my Axminster chuck, I have got two indexing rings. So what I've just made a small jig out of a couple of bits of wood and a nail, so I can actually set up the indexer. So one of them is a 36-hole indexer and the other one's a 24-hole indexer. And what I've also done, since I'm going to be doing some drilling on this, I've made up a drilling jig as well. So I've actually made this. What I've done, I've got a piece of wood. Which camera? I've got a piece of wood with a couple of different size holes drilled in. I've got a metal collar. So that's height adjustment for going into the tool post. And I've actually got it set so the drill holes are on centre height. They don't need to be tightened that much. I might not do all of these. See how we get on.
That is very clever. I'm very impressed with that.
Well, the thing is, you can actually buy them, Mark. You can buy metal ones. But I didn't see the point.
Oh no, we're supposed to be woodworkers. What's the point in buying one if we can make it?
Yeah. So we're going to go through. Oh, hang on, that slipped out of the indexer. That's it. I think it might have helped if I picked a bloody sharp drill, mind.
Wayne is currently demonstrating how to burn your way through a piece of wood.
Yeah. I'm going to use a different size of drill. This one's a bit bigger, but it doesn't really matter. I'll just get the clearance hole done first. I'll do every second hole on this.
Glyn says he'll make one out of steel sometime in the next decade.
I can't remember if it's Sobe that sell them or somebody else.
Doesn't Simon Hope do one?
I can't remember.
They are available anyway, but I would imagine the pleasure of making your own tools, plus saving money.
Yeah.
Because what's that cost you? Couple of quid?
Well, if that, I mean, the collar I already had from something different. That's just a piece of elm that I've turned between centres to get down to a size to fit in the tool post. So it's nothing very difficult.
Colin Roberts says, genius at work, Wayne the Grey.
And if you don't have a chuck with indexing rings in, I'd recommend going to have a look at Paul Lockwood, his YouTube channel, because I'm sure he's done a video where he's made an indexing jig. You can buy them. Paul Howard does one, which you can buy through Simon Hope. But Paul Lockwood has actually made one. Goes in that one. What I'll do, I'll bring that round and put it in that one next. Now I'm just doing this pretty random. The best thing to try and do, or what you want to do when you're doing this, is try to get obviously the drill hole at 90 degrees to what it is you're drilling. I'll do one more set for the demonstration.
You got plenty of time, mate. You're only 40 minutes in.
And these ones should be offset. Oh, there's one of the pups just come in. Hey, Canuck. Oh, yeah. You're as well. What I've also found as well is that you're as well using the metal cutting drills when you're doing this rather than the brad point drills. I found that the brad point drills do actually tear the wood a bit.
Rob, if you're getting that problem, mate, try logging out and logging back in again. It might fix it. Because the picture quality has definitely improved and there's no lag this end.
Maybe you just need to refresh the page.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that one. I'll do one more.
Yeah, you're fine for time. You're only 42 minutes.
Right. The only thing is that I can't get in. I can't get the tool rest in because of the indexer. That's the only thing. So I think I'm just going to have to leave it at that. But you can see the idea of what I was going for there. I don't think there's any other way of actually doing that. That's going to be too far away. Yeah, that's too far away. Right, I'll leave it.
You just want to shave about 1.5 inches off that leading edge, don't you?
Yeah.
On the indexing jig.
Bear with me.
We're getting all the tools today, people.
No, I'll not bother. No, I'll leave it as it is, since that was a demo piece. Take that off.
People get the idea, though.
So what I would do is probably with a smaller drill, and I put that. With a smaller drill, I'd do the same thing. Just go around it using a small drill through the small hole. So you got a mixture of the big holes and the small holes, just to give a decent effect. So what I'll do, I'll take this piece out, I'll put the lid in, and then we can get the lid sized up. Oh, did that wrong, Win. Think about what you're doing. Yeah, this is what happens when you use that this set of jaws is that they clamp on very, very well.
They get stuck in the groove, do they?
They get stuck, yeah, which obviously is a good thing because it means that you're clamping really, really well.
Oh, it's Rob CP's birthday. Happy birthday, Rob.
Happy birthday, Rob. So how many new tools did you get for your birthday, Rob?
We're just waiting for him to tell us what he got. He did say he got something special. He got a spirograph. Says he saw one in a shop and told his wife that when he was a kid, it was on his birthday and Christmas list, and he never got one. Oh.
I should have done this the other way around, but it doesn't make any difference.
$46 in, Wayne.
Right.
Barry Oak's having to drop out, but he says it's looking very good, Wayne.
Cheers, Barry. Here we go.
One more cut.
Whenever you're doing anything like this and you're using the parting tool, try not to go in on the face of the piece with the parting tool. Use the edge of the parting tool as a scraper. That way you can actually take off less.
Barry's just joined. Hello, Baz.
Hi, Barry. Oh, nearly.
Baz says it's his wife's birthday, so he can't stay for long.
He makes some excuses, he does. Couldn't stay in something yesterday because his in-laws were there. It's his wife's birthday today. There we are.
You can definitely see the purple in the center of the base of that box now.
Right, I just need... Grand. I'll put some shape into this now.
Wayne, Dr. Bob has a suggestion.
Yeah.
He says, if you would consider repainting the headstock a neutral color, that would stop the camera trying to autofocus and hunting for focus and blurry at slow internet speeds. That's not a bad
Yeah,
idea, actually.
you're probably right there, Bob. I mean, because this headstock is just not the colour it was when it came from the factory. It's got that many different layers of paint on.
Mike Lang says if you paint your nails, the autofocus would fix.
I'm not going to paint nails, Mike. Right, I'll just get some sanding done on that.
People are going to start asking you to braid your beard next.
Yeah, and that's never going to happen either.
Mike Lang says braided beards help with internet lag. It's not going to happen, Mike. This is Wayne we're talking about. Oh, what is that magic concoction you're applying there, Wayne?
I'm using Yorkshire grit, just for a change.
Or job retention paste? Ah, you're all right, Mike. We like a laugh. I was very fortunate to receive a masterclass in the use of Yorkshire grit from the genius inventor himself the other night after my live. Very much appreciated, Glyn.
I'm just finishing off with some microcrystalline wax. We'll get these swapped over, put the box back on.
No, Colin, it wouldn't help, mate. It's not it's not Wayne's camera, it's his bandwidth. Ian in the shed's having to drop out. His lunch break's over.
See you, Ian.
Cheers, Ian. Thanks for popping in.
In fact, I'll see you Thursday.
Yes, he did mention that in the chat. There'll be no lunch breaks on Thursday, Ian.
Again, I'm using Yorkshire grit. And guess what I haven't done?
Sanding sealer. Wayne! Wayne!
If you happen to use Yorkshire grit and you forget to put sanding sealer on, all you need to do, once you have rubbed the Yorkshire grit in and got it all worked in, turn that speed down a bit more. So once you rubbed it in and get it all worked in, because the reason you use sanding sealer is to stop the oil, the mineral oil within the paste from soaking straight into the wood. That's one of the reasons you use the sanding sealer. But if you forget, all you need to do is put another coat on. Now all these bits here, this is just all the paper towel that is getting caught in the holes and things like that. It's not a problem. That'll get sorted out in a minute.
I'm just making a note of this momentous event in my diary for future use.
I must do what Mike Ward does.
Write it on the tin.
Yeah, write it on the tin.
Do you know what? I'm going to do that right now. Done.
We'll stick some wax on first and then we'll sort out the bits of paper towel that have gone into the holes. And the excess wax that's gone into the holes as well.
Ellie Two Meadows says she keeps forgetting sanding sealer too. So do I, Ellie. Wayne, I always forget it in my lives, and Wayne always jumps on me about it, which I do appreciate.
And then I go and do it.
Yep.
There we go. Sorted. I'll stick the lid back on. Some of these tools out of the way. Now I might not do an inlaid lid on this. I think this one is going to lend itself more to an oriental type of lid. The reason this is slipping is because I waxed the opening in the box and I waxed the lid. Not a sensible move.
At least you know the fit will be burnished nicely.
Yeah.
Tommy Dunn's having to drop out. Bye, Tommy.
See you, Tommy.
Thanks for popping in. Maker 238 Deloach has just joined. Hello, Maker.
Hi, Maker.
I know this might sound daft, Wayne, but that pod,
Yeah.
it almost reminds me of a strawberry with the holes in it.
Oh yeah.
Do you see where I'm going with that? Yeah.
Yeah. Either that or a well-wormy apple.
Yeah. Looks lovely. Just for the folks who are watching, what grits are you using?
Start off with the 80, 120, then 240, and I stop at 240.
A question in the chat from me, from Jappy, says, do I have the problem with my lathe if you take too deep a cut that you pull the motor to a stop? Yes, Jappy, that does happen. Because it's only a 1 horsepower motor, if you do try and take too big a cut, it will drag the motor almost to a stop. You just have to be mindful of it and take lighter cuts.
Sharper tools, lighter cuts.
Yep. You have to know the limitations of the machines you're using. I would dearly love to be able to afford a bigger lathe with more power. Maybe one day, but at the moment, it serves me well. I think in your live the other night, Wayne, when you were turning that platter, I think
Yeah.
you were getting a bit of lag on your lathe, weren't you?
Yeah, but I didn't
That
have.
was because
I've actually got it set on me big lathe on the VB. I've actually got it set on the middle belt, not the lower belt. It
so
should have.
you've got a bit more
If
speed
it,
and less torque, yeah?
yeah, if it had been set on the low ratio, it wouldn't have slowed down. I can
Yeah,
guarantee that.
yeah.
It takes
So
a hefty bit of wood and a hefty cut to slow that down. Considering it's got a 3 horsepower motor.
yeah. Oh, that apple bowl that I turned, that green, the wet
Yeah,
apple bowl, I think I did quite well on that because I was turning at about 700 and I was taking quite big cuts and it didn't feel like it was slowing down that much. So I think it handled that piece well.
you probably would have found that a totally different story if that had been a dry piece of that size.
It would have lagged more, would it?
Yeah. The thing is, seeing as how that was a wet apple, it's going to, let's take that off. Wet apple, it is going to cut very, very easily.
Right. I mean, at one point I was taking big cuts, so they were almost half-inch cuts.
Yeah.
They were almost the full width of the. You're right, bud.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Is it sheared or has it just come undone?
I think it's just come undone. If it has sheared, it's the bolt that's sheared.
Cornish Pixie's just joined. Hello, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
Chisky's having to drop out. Bye, Chisky.
Bye, Chisky. Thanks for coming in. Clean the bottom of that up with the skew chisel. Put the lid back on, see if I can get these.
Baz is having to drop out. Cheers,
See you,
Baz.
Baz. Let me see if I can get the grain lined up.
Oh, you're just being clever now. Just showing off.
So, that's us. Where's my mouse? There it is. I'll just change camera again. I'll have a sit down so you can see what I've done. I'll just give it another quick wipe with kitchen towel. Get some of the finger marks off. And there we are. So there it is, guys. Nice little potpourri pot.
That's lovely. That really is nice.
It does look, like Glyn said earlier on, it does look a bit brown for Purple Heart, but I can assure you, when I go in the house, I'll stick that by the window, and by the time I take a couple of photographs this evening, it will have turned purple. Quite a deep purple it'll have turned. So that's us. Right, for those of you who are in late and missed what I was saying earlier on the 22nd of August, there's a big maker day, if you like, craft day, if you like. It's been organised by Jamie, JP Woodwork, and Carl Jacobson. It's going to run for 16 hours on Saturday the 22nd of August from 10 o'clock in the morning UK time until 2 o'clock in the morning the Sunday morning, which is the 23rd. Eastern Seaboard time, I think, is 4 hours behind us. Pacific time, I think, is 8 hours behind us. And Australia, I'm not very sure how far Australia is in front of us.
I think they're 12 hours.
Right, so it's good. It's going to be a good day. I'm on at 12 noon on the Saturday. We've got Martin Sabin Smith coming in. Andy AH Bespoke is going to be doing some carving. Dale is going to be doing some scroll work. Heidi Jacobs, is it Whitehall Pottery? Whitehill Pottery, I think it is. She's going to be doing some pottery stuff. JP is going to be turning. Carl's obviously going to be turning. Jamie's still got to get a couple of names confirmed. Then he's going to put the schedule out. Him and Dale are doing a website which is nearly finished. So that should be up and running. So you can find out information from there as well. I'll be putting it out on my social media stuff. It's not a one-off. Jamie is planning on having these once a month. It's not going to be the same people who are in every month, so there is a chance for other people to get in there. But it is by invite. If you go to Jamie and you start asking to be on the show, you'll probably get told no. It's by invite. Jamie is going to be inviting people from this side of the pond, if you like, and I think Carl's going to be doing it from the other side of the pond. It should be a great day. I'm looking forward to it. I've already got it on the calendar. I'm basically doing nothing that Saturday apart from my live, unless I'm earworming for somebody. My show's going to run the way it usually does. It'll be for an hour. I'll have an earworm or two. I've already decided what I'm going to be doing. It'll have a bit of here's one I made earlier in there, because it's not something I can do in an hour. It's not something I can do in one day, really. So I'm going to be doing one of my water drop bowls again. So that's where we're up to with that. I'll keep people posted when I get more info about the day. So one final look at the box. There it is, guys.
That is lovely. Very clever idea.
Yeah, I might make up a different jig for my indexing system so I can get further down around the box. But you get the idea. Hopefully that's it. You get the idea. You go away and you have a bit play yourself. You don't have to have the indexing system. I would recommend making up one of the drill jigs, but you don't have to have the indexing system. You don't have to have it patterned. You know, you can do it random. So that's it. Right, guys, I'm going to go. Thanks very much for coming in. It's much appreciated.
Lots of lovely comments, Wayne, in the chat about the piece you've just made.
Thanks, guys. I will be back on Monday. No, I'll not. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'll be back on Wednesday evening doing something else, and then I'll be back on Friday. It seems the lunchtime things that I'm doing at the moment tend to go around boxes and different box shapes and things like this. What you actually can do with these, rather than doing it as a short box like this, you can actually do it as a lidded goblet, a long-stemmed lidded goblet. I used to do loads of them many years ago. I might even have a go on Wednesday and do one of them if I can find a nice pretty piece of wood. Either that or I'll paint a piece of wood, one of the two. Right, I'm off. I'm going to press the button. Thanks, guys. I'll see you all on Wednesday. Take care of yourselves until then. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody. Cheers, everyone.